what is going on with Olympus Dao and what my thoughts are about this project, what I'm doing with my own coins that I bought about half a year ago. So many people asked me this question in the comments that I decided, okay, I'm gonna make this video and I'm gonna put all my thoughts in order and I'm gonna express them in this video and discuss them with you hopefully later in the comments. So let's start. The first question is what I'm doing with my own coins that I bought about half a year ago. The answer to this question is I'm keeping them, I'm not selling them, and actually I think I'm gonna buy a little bit more. This time not just OHM coins but GOHM, just to avoid the gas fees. Now why I think that it's worth keeping OHM and not worth selling it, and why I think it's different from the other projects. Olympus Dao is the first DAO. Just to make it clear, I haven't invested into any other DAO project. The only two projects that I invested in were Olympus Dao and Time Wonderland. Time Wonderland, I've withdrew my money because I'm sure a lot of people who are watching this video watched my other videos about Time Wonderland. It turned out to be a Ponzi scheme and a scam. If you're not aware of what Time Wonderland is, then consider yourself lucky. But I think that Olympus Dao is different. Olympus Dao is the first DAO project. They created this whole idea about a reserved cryptocurrency. When I first heard about it and when I looked at the website, I thought it was genius. The reserved currency of the normal world, the fiat world, is US dollar. And when you think about it, it doesn't matter where you live in the world, you probably know what the exchange rate of a dollar is, and that's because US dollar is the main currency of the world. Whether you want it or not, we all depend on the economy of America and the United States, because most probably the National Bank of your country holds a lot of its funds in the US dollar. There was no reserved currency for the crypto world, and so Zeus, the founder of Olympus Dao, created the whole idea of the reserved cryptocurrency, of bonding, of minting. It was all his original idea that he implemented, and he created the project called Olympus Dao. And very quickly people realized that actually it's a great idea. So they created forks. And again, what a fork is. A fork is basically a copy of Olympus Dao. And many forks are trying to pretend that they are super different, but essentially they are exactly the same as Olympus Dao, but they are built on a different blockchain. So the first forks of Olympus Dao, they were just saying that they are the first reserved cryptocurrency on a different blockchain. Time Wonderland was built originally on Avalanche network, for example. Some other ones were built on Phantom blockchain, Binance blockchain, etc. You name the blockchain and I'm sure you'll be able to find several DAO projects which are forks of Olympus Dao on that blockchain. And of course it was an advantage of those forks, because if you were buying these coins on different blockchains, most probably you didn't have to pay the fees, and for sure your fees weren't as high as the fees on Ethereum blockchain, which you had to pay if you wanted to buy OHM coins. The second way of how the forks of Olympus Dao tried to pretend that they are better than Olympus Dao is by introducing and offering the investors crazily high APY. When I first saw Olympus Dao and I saw the APY of about 8,000%, I thought it was a very high APY. Until I saw some of the forks of Olympus Dao where the APY was 80,000%, hello Time Wonderland, or 100,000%, or some other ones that were even higher. I mean, the APYs of some of them were so high that I've never seen such big numbers and I wouldn't even know how to read them. So people eventually started to think that Olympus Dao is good, but it's the oldest project and I'm probably a little bit too late for it because the price is already too high. So they started to look for a better alternative, and some of the forks seem to be a better alternative. Hello Time Wonderland, because you didn't have to pay high fees to buy their coins, and the APY that you were promised was also much higher than the one on Olympus Dao. Olympus Dao actually ended up being the DAO project with the lowest APY, and now the APY is about 1,000%, which you compare to like 100,000% that other forks of Olympus Dao offer. You think that 1,000% is very little, when in fact you have to bring yourself to the reality, and 1,000% is still a crazily high APY. Olympus Dao was relying on new funds coming from new investors, and I think because of the forks, Olympus Dao ended up losing a lot of investors, those who decided to avoid the gas fees and wanted to get a higher APY and moved towards other forks. All of this started before the general market crash that we are experiencing now, and I think the price of Olympus Dao started to fall because of this. The second reason was, of course, the general market crash. We saw the price of shares, funds started to go down, started falling actually really fast, and we also saw the price of Bitcoin started to go down. And we know that all the smaller coins and projects, they all kind of follow the price of Bitcoin as a rule, and if the price of Bitcoin falls, the price of other coins fall as well. And of course the price of Olympus Dao has fallen much further than the price of Bitcoin or Ethereum or any other big coin, but remember that Olympus Dao is still a very new project, so it is normal for new projects to lose such bigger percentage of their price. And the third reason is because people get scared of DAOs. They invested into forks of Olympus Dao, thinking that because it's a fork of Olympus Dao, you can trust them, but that's not the case, because if it's a fork, you actually have to check twice, because that means that someone didn't come up with the original idea. All they did was just to copy the code of Olympus Dao, put some nice pictures there, give themselves a name, and they were sorted. They were using the trust and the authority that Olympus Dao has gained by then, and of course people were investing money into those projects, and of course a lot of people got scammed. And I'm not talking only about Time Wonderland, but there was another one that I also spoke about on my channel that was such a definite scam, yet people invested into it anyway, and I'm sure a lot of investors did it just because it was a fork of Olympus Dao. Then once they got scammed, there was the same reaction but in a different direction. They thought if that was a scam, Olympus Dao was probably a scam too, so they withdrew their funds from Olympus Dao as well. These are the three reasons why I think the price of Olympus Dao has gone down by so much. Now let's discuss why I think Olympus Dao is different. I told you when I spoke about Time Wonderland, I said that I think it's a Ponzi scheme because it doesn't have its own product that it sells. In fact, having the own product that can generate revenue is the main difference between a Ponzi scheme and a genuine project. Whilst Time Wonderland didn't have any products that would generate its own revenue, and to my knowledge, any of the other DAO projects that I've seen in had their own product, that made me question where the money was coming from and how the project was making its own revenue. With Olympus Dao, it was very clear from the very start that they do have their own product, and this product is called Olympus Dao Pro. Whether you know what it is or not, it doesn't really matter. The main thing is that Olympus Dao Pro generates revenue. And I've also found some information that they are introducing new products in the future that will generate even more revenue. Some of them are called Olympus Grants or Olympus Incubator or permissionless Olympus Pro. I don't want to speak about the future because some of these projects may not come true and may never work. We don't know that, but at least there is a plan, and when I hold my own coins, I know what the plan of the company is. And I like this plan. They say that last year they made about $20 million from Olympus Pro only. And that obviously doesn't include any new funds from the new investors, the revenue from bonds or liquidity pool fees. This is just separate, completely separate. Whether Olympus Dao has new investors or not, this money will still be coming into the treasury. And it's very clever because Olympus Dao has built this system, has built this program, and is now selling this program to other projects that want to become as successful as Olympus Dao and build their projects basing on the system of Olympus Dao. So I see that the system of Olympus Dao and their plan and what they are trying to achieve makes sense, and I am happy to be a part of it and to be an investor in this project. It's also obvious that Olympus Dao is trying to win the market and get the original investors back by becoming available on different blockchains. So now you can buy Geom on almost any blockchain, which gives Olympus Dao the same advantage as other forks of Olympus Dao used to have, because now you can get on without paying the crazily high gas fees on Ethereum network, which makes the total thing much cheaper. Now regarding the price of Olympus Dao. At the time of me filming this video, the price of Olympus Dao is about $65 per coin. But if we look at the dashboard, we see that the total value deposited and the market value of treasury assets is still really high. The protocol owns a lot of liquidity, and the risk-free value of treasury assets is also pretty high. So the own price is almost at the level of its back-end price. And if you are considering whether it's a good or bad time to buy OHM now, I can tell you what I'm going to do, and please don't take it as a financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor, but I am going to buy OHM now because I think it's a good time. Please remember that I might be totally wrong, and the freedom that we get in DeFi comes at a cost. There are no regulative authorities, no FCA or any other watchdogs that would do the homework and due diligence for us and tell us that this place and this project is a safe one to invest in and this one is not. You have to do your homework and you have to check all this information for yourself. Don't base your decisions only on this video and make your own conclusions and create your own opinions. Thank you very much for your time and attention today, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye. And I don't think now is the best, and I don't think that now is the worst time to invest into OHM. Of course, it's only my opinion, so don't take it seriously and use this information only for educational purposes, because I'm not a financial advisor. And anyway, guys, thank you for watching me today, and I hope to see you soon in my next video. Bye bye.